For the Prout movement, this is the biggest issue of the lifetime, is how to create a system in which there is minimum disparities of economic wealth. And but that is a subject which we'll come to later. But just to complete this, these taste buds are replaced every 10 days. Every 7 years, all cells of the body are replaced. There's 75,000 activation points in the brain are affected when we just move an arm. Human brains account for only 2 to 3% of the body weight, but consume 25% of the energy when the body is at rest. Brains of other apes consume only 8% of their rest time energy. Humans diverted energy from biceps to neurons, and this strategy has paid off. Dog is running around fixing boundaries. Family is also a genetic boundary. Reptilian brain looking for bonding, nation building. Mammalian brain looking for domination. Humans seek limitlessness. Humans are not necessarily ahead of other creatures in everything. Bolt runs at a speed of 28 miles per hour. You all know. Lion has a top speed of 50 miles per hour. Springbok, Bonghorn, 55 miles an hour. Sailfish sails along at 68 miles per hour. Cheetah at 75 miles per hour. Albatross and black marlin 80 miles per hour. And spur-winged goose 88 miles per hour. Horsefly 90 miles per hour. Pigeon 92 miles per hour. Free-jet bird 95 miles per hour. Mexican free-tailed bat, fastest mammal 99 miles per hour. Hobby and swift fly 100 miles per hour. Golden eagle 200 miles per hour. Peregrine falcon during hunting dives 242 miles an hour. The sound of crickets can reach up to a mile. This just to bring home that this universe is filled with diversity and with capabilities which we cannot claim that, oh no, we are the highest species on this earth and with the sun. Yes, but we have been able to make all of them subservient to us despite, And just to close it, we are the universe looking at itself. 65% of our genes are same as banana. 70% are the same as a fruit fly. 80% are same as a mouse. 99% of human genes are same as a monkey. We are a stardust being emanating from the creative faculty of the universe, endowed with love, joy, attention, affection, appreciation, empathy, equanimity. Our presence is who we are, and we share it with our ecosystem, our relationships, and it is natural for humans to live for a cause that is bigger than themselves. It all fills us with awe, bewilderment, and astonishment. It is at the root of our gratitude. So that is the beginning of the spiritual dimension, is that sense of gratitude. Without that, we cannot move an inch. So I will here. This is, you can't see the image very clearly, but the entire Milky Way. We cannot exist if the sun's light doesn't come to us. Nothing on this earth will be able to survive. So how much we are dependent on something which is beyond our control. So when we are born with we are completely helpless. If the mother does not provide us the milk, if our kith and kin do not give us the things which we need, we cannot survive. So that stage of vulnerability is what I call the stage of diksha. Diksha means to beg, because we have to beg for when the child cries, the mother knows, okay, the child is hungry, so it is the stage. Like we have seen in Thailand, the bhikkhus, the monks, Buddhist monks, they go every morning and people at every door, they put some rice or coconut or something, for them. They are begging. That's how the word bhikkhu comes, mean those who beg, So bhiksha is the stage where we have to beg for our survival, for our existence, because we are dependent on something else for our survival. Now, if we forget that if we had not been provided the things which we required for our survival, we would not have survived. So the lack of that, when we forget that, that is the beginning of ego. Oh no, this is mine. I have created it. Well, you could not even have existed if somebody else was not there to give you what you needed for your survival. So today, those who claim that, oh, this is our wealth, I have created it by my own effort, and this is, so why should I give it away? Well, that is the height of human foolishness to even think like that, because there is nothing that we have created if we did not have, been given the scope to be able to do all the things which we did. So in the spiritual path, if we, the absence of gratitude leads to ego. So how to bring that sense of gratitude into our consciousness? That is the first step in the spiritual journey. Because ordinarily human beings forget. We think that, oh, whatever others have done for us, okay, it was their duty, they did, and we take it for granted. That's how our journey begins. But the spiritual journey is that we have to be made conscious of, we have to have that sense of gratitude, in the back of our mind, because that is the beginning of our spiritual journey. And that happens through the next step, which is called, Diksha. Diksha means initiation. Or Guru Karan means when the Guru gives the blessing to, who gives us the key to open the door to the inner wisdom, to the spiritual wisdom, to the higher wisdom. So, in some other time we can go in greater detail about this. In Diksha, in initiation, there are many elements. There is the Guru Dakshina, there is the oath taking, there is, we are given a certain mantra, we are given a certain point of concentration. Means we are taught how to connect with the, the infinite. So this is a kind of a blessing, the blessing. Because in spiritual life, one cannot attain that highest consciousness only by one's own physical effort or intellectual effort. Ultimately, it is a grace. It is, it has to be revealed. The higher world has to be revealed to us. One day, I was in the year 1968, I was for 3 hours in Baba's home. Our master, we call him Baba. So I was a young boy at that time and studying in the university, and so Baba was talking many things, very normal things. He said about my studies, about my parents, and things like that. And then after, at the end of the, after I had been there for quite some time, he said, I suddenly developed the desire to sit in his lap. And so he said, but I did not say it verbally, the thought came in my mind. And he said, okay, now it's getting late, so please you call my personal assistant, because there's the evening program. So as if I did not listen to it, and I continued to, massage him. And then after about a minute again, he said, now it is getting late, so why don't you call my personal assistant, but we shall meet again. So I realized, okay, now he really wants me to go. So I did my prostration, the Sashtang Pranam, and I came out and I told his PA that Baba is calling. And then he gave his evening discourse, and the next morning he was going to leave. So we went to I forgot about it, and we went to the airport to see him off. And I was a part of his security team, so I was wearing that military type of dress, you know. And then when we were at the airport, he is sitting, and there were about 5 or 10 people sitting around him, and he's talking about the language of that area, which was Punjabi. It was in Amritsar that I had met him. So, so he was explaining the difference between Pahadi Punjabi and the local Khadi Punjabi which they speak in that area. And he was explaining such intricate words and details which only are spoken in the rural areas in Punjab, which even they were very surprised at how Baba knows those, the usage of those words. So they were all very happy, and suddenly he closed his eyes and he sat down, keeping his eyes closed, and I was standing right across him, and I see that his entire body is turned into effulgence, tremendous white effulgence, and I am sitting in his lap, and tears started to roll through my eyes, almost like somebody had opened the tap, And I am conscious that, what will people think? And here I am part of a security, and I am crying like a, baby. And so almost lasted for about a minute, 50 seconds, 1 minute, like that. And then he opened his eyes and he looked towards me and he did like this. Are you satisfied now? So only I knew and he knew what had happened. Nobody else they could understand what was going on. But I understood that, okay, you had a desire, your desire has been fulfilled. So this, what is this dimension where he has a physical body and yet he is not that physical body? He always used to say, I have this physical body, but I am not this physical body. So this, there is a concept of Jyotir Brahma, means the supreme consciousness is nothing but that divine effulgence. So these things are not that, you deserved it and you got. It is not that it's something which is a blessed, you are given a blessing. So Diksha is like a blessing. There are many words, for example, da means to give. So dan means to, donation. You give a check for something, or you donate your some materials, or your services, your time. This is all part of dan. And then there is a word, sampradan. Sampradan means, Diksha is kind of sampradan. It is a blessing, which is given without any expectation, and it is given whether you are deserving or you are not deserving. There is adan pradan. Pradan means you give something and you take something. That is called exchange. That is adan pradan. Then there is apadan, anudan. Anudan means somebody needs help. Instead of helping completely, you give a small hand. You give some little help so that they can move forward, and then by their own effort they can do. That's called anudan. So like this, there is pradan means when you get a degree, a certificate, then you are bestowed with this. You have become a doctor, or you have become a nurse, or you have become an engineer. That is, you have been bestowed with a certain right to do certain things. That is, pradan. So they all come from the same root word, means to give, and then they have different variations of how that is done. But Diksha is type of sampradan. It is a Guru Karan. It is the blessings of the Guru. You cannot deserve that, I deserve, therefore I get. I do meditation, so I have attained spiritual realization by my own effort. No. By our own effort, we cannot reach to that ultimate destination. It's only when we develop that gratitude that it is by the grace of the Supreme that we are here and we are living and we are surviving. So when that gratitude turns into total surrender, that is when our destination becomes very near. So that is, the whole purpose of our spiritual practice is to develop that sense.